time. God dang it. That whole thing just meh. Sorry. I just talked for like 4 minutes earlier about stuff and realized I wasn't recording. God dang it. I had this problem when I first started recording. Now I'm doing it again, man. Like, I don't understand. Like, I was alright with it, like, the first time, but... yeah, I don't know, man. God dang it. Hate everything. I think it's fine, because I'll probably go back to what I was saying later on, but... yeah, that's frustrating. So yeah, I wanted to talk about it because I actually wasn't even aware of it. I probably should follow Twitch because I literally stream on this platform, and I think they tweet whenever they make changes, so I should probably follow them just for that. But yeah, apparently they moved LGBTQ and I think abortion, like birth rights, into political or like sensitive topics. You have to label that, which is very stupid. It's very dumb. Because yeah, I saw a trans person explain it, and it's like, yeah, no, that's just who they are, right? Like, obviously they're gonna talk about it. So it's really just making it so like every member of the LGBTQ community like has to put that label on them, which obviously some people don't want to see that. So like, yeah, you're just alienating some people because of that. Like, that's not great. I just find the whole like having to label it weird to begin with for me, because like if I saw that, like, and I'm clearly not in a political mood, and like I just were to click on something that like of a person obviously talking about politics, like I would just click off of it, right? Like I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. That's just what I do, you know. I would just click off the video, like the stream. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I was like, all right, I'm not that interested, and just click off. Like, I find it weird that you have to put the label on it. I guess though, because it's just like, for me, it's probably different and like more biased for me, because I think people should just know about like what's going on in politics. So I feel like, you know, the label on it is like, you're keeping those people who like could potentially like actually be like politically active if they were made aware of these issues, like they're not going to, because I see that and they're like, no, I absolutely don't want to talk about this. And so like that's my issue with that, because I kind of wish it was just like you didn't have to put the label, because then like someone who may not realize they're actually politically active then becomes that way, because I was that way. Before it was like sophomore year, I think I started getting political and like started looking at this stuff. Before that, my knowledge was Trump bad was basically my knowledge, and like as far as I knew of politics, right, before like sophomore year for me. And then once I saw those videos, I became super politically active, right, like, and very interested in what's going on in the political space, right? So like, I feel like people don't really realize that they could be interested in that stuff. I think it did help though, because my friend before that was like very interested in politics and like that kind of stuff. So I think my friend probably helped with me going down that path as well. But yeah, I feel like the label sometimes kind of hurts people from potentially like learning about how their political lives are. I mean, like, I'm sure there's some people who like only want to listen to that stuff come election time, which I get. I think honestly, if like the campaigning season in America wasn't so bad, where they have like basically like 2 years or like even like longer, it seems like campaigning season never truly ends. I think that's why like a lot of people aren't as politically active, because they just get so burnt out from it, right? So I think if you had like a hard set like 3 months or something like that, right, for like campaigning season, I think people would not be as burnt out. And they would probably be more active if I were to guess. But yeah, I'm sure that's part of it. Because I mean, yeah, even some days like in the, even like far-reaching like left-wing voices, right? They need to take a break, you know, from like the doomerism and stuff. I think Hassan is unique in the case that he doesn't seem like he needs it. He can just keep doing it, but yeah. Well, I think also he has like the weekends off too. I mean, he does probably like look at this stuff more than like even average like political people as well. So yeah, I think he's just uniquely like he's unique in that situation. Yeah. Like yeah, even I sometimes have to like take a few days off, right, from politics. I'm like, oh man, like I'm getting doomerous, like in that doomerous state, you know. So I need to like take a day or two off and then go back. But yeah, it happens to everybody, you know. Ugh. Yeah, like the Twitch thing is kind of stupid. I would understand like the sensitive stuff, like if it's like gore or like maybe like a phobia. It's just like political stuff, like I guess school shootings could be a hard topic too. I feel like, you know, because I assumed I would put like public transportation in that, and it's like I don't think that's really that sensitive. They threw immigration in that, but like again, that's just like, well, there's another thing too. You can just educate people, you know, and then these wouldn't be political. Like immigration wouldn't. It's just because people aren't educated. That's literally what it is. Like even my mom was like, I feel like I'm like, maybe I'm looking at this with like rose-tinted glasses or like something like that. But like I'm looking at it from like a mom perspective, and like these people just want to keep their family safe. I'm like, yeah, no, and the data also proves that too. You're not alone. Like you're not crazy. The data also like says, yeah, no, they aren't an issue at all. It's the American citizens that are an issue. Because I mean, yeah, what my mom's saying, like she thinks a lot of immigrants are doing is true. Like that is why they're moving. And I think also it's important to know as well that it's like the governments that they're often leaving in like Central Latin America, right? It was typically caused by the American government. That's why. So yeah, it's not like super relevant, but it is something that's like and you got to keep that in mind as well. Because like yeah, I don't know like if you, well, you probably wait until you're like stable, right, economically stable, and then you would help them out, like give them reparations and all that. Yeah, that's probably what you do. Yeah. Yeah, I said at the beginning, and I'll say it now for the recording, but that and Seltzer poll. Seltzer? I think it's Seltzer. It's crazy. Iowa +3. Like, what's so funny to me too is that literally like it barely put a dent in 538. Like that's a huge swing, right? Like Harris +3. And it's like, whatever. It's like well, I think it was like a point drop, but like that was it. Like, oh, was it like 2 points? Oh, it was like almost 2 points. I guess it was like a bigger drop, but like I would have expected it to be much different. It was funny though seeing the poly market odds, yeah, because it's at 80.5 now for Iowa. This is funny. Like the graph is too good. No, it seems like it's actually going back up in favor of Trump too. Well, I think it's because they saw another poll is like, oh well, don't worry about the fact that Trump's actually +9 this other poll. It's like, yeah, they're a right-wing poll, or like they cape to like right-wing like pressure from like other pollsters, you know. That's why. Because yeah, it's very interesting to actually hear someone go through like how polls work. Very interesting. Because yeah, also like I feel like the Iowa poll has to hold more weight too. Not only because of Dan Seltzer, but there was recently a Kansas poll that had Trump up 5 in Kansas, right? And an Ohio poll that only had him up 3, right? So I feel like you gotta hold the like those gotta have to hold more water, right? Because like it seems strange, right? Like to have those on as well. Like this doesn't seem like a one-off, right? It does seem like more of a general movement. And this is also crazy to me that that +5, like they did not move it out from safe red when it's Trump +5 in Kansas. Like that's crazy to me. I mean, yeah, I don't think Kamala's gonna win it, but like I think it would be by a likely margin, is what I'm saying. So actually, yeah, the fact that Missouri has been like this, like, yeah, I think Missouri's gonna be likely. Because I think they were safe from last time, right? Yeah, last election they were. Last 2 elections they were, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think they said like the early voting numbers would be good for Trump, but I think there was a lot of undecided voters in Nevada that's likely voting Kamala. I think to like counteract the Hispanic vote in Nevada is what's going on. I think. If I can remember that correctly. You know, Van Seltzer's saying that Kamala +3 in Iowa, like, Trump is screwed. Like, even people were saying, like, because there was someone who was like, oh, there's a trusted Republican source that is very accurate in Iowa. And they said, oh, it's +5, like, for Trump. And then someone even pointed out, like, that's still a terrible number. Like, he's still doing very poorly then, if, like, that's your number. Which I found funny. But yeah. I think honestly those like Kamala, like Tim Walz ads where they're showing like a dad with like a Trump supporter and them just being like, okay, I'm gonna secretly vote for Kamala, even though like I'm like, yep, I vote for Trump. And the same with like the women one where their like husband's like, oh yeah, Trump, and then their wife anonymously voted for Kamala. Because yeah, it seems like there's a lot of people who like aren't saying it out loud that they're gonna vote for Kamala, which is very interesting to me. I guess because yeah, like, you know, if we lose, hey, fascism. But like I can see it. It's just like it's very interesting. Yeah, I think also why Twitch was doing the change with the LGBTQ and like abortion rights, like throwing those into political and sensitive topics. I think they're going right, just like other companies are, because they're worried of a Trump victory. But I'm gonna be honest, I think that Seltzer +3 poll, like for Kamala, like I think you can rest, you know, like you don't have to go full fascist yet, you know, you can be a little sane, you know. That's the thing though, man, like I think the internet would be an overall good if we didn't have fascists running all these big social media companies. Like that's the issue. I don't think it's the internet itself necessarily. I think it's just the people who's running those websites. And like they just aren't moderated well. Right. And I think it's why Blue Sky is so appealing to people. It's because it seems normal for the most part.
Unlike anything you've ever seen, with exclusive bonus content.
I was always a bad gangster, but you brought
Like, yeah.
Piece by piece.
I mean, obviously with how America is now, there's gonna be crazy people, right? and I don't know if there's really much we can do to help them at that point, like at this point. I think they're too far gone, but I think for newer generations, you know, we need to get them away from that. And it's very important. Yeah, that Seltzer +3 pull makes me feel a lot better. In general. Yeah, it's like it's looking up, you know. New narrative: Iowans don't have internet, so they aren't seeing ads about how much Kamala loves Dick Cheney, and that's why it's seeing a blue wave. Here's a map of the blue wall staying, North Carolina and Georgia going blue, and then Iowa going blue. Inspiring non-fuck ass map. Wow, this is a map of beauty and truth. I get chills just looking at it. I love just looking at his I think his validation from the Seltzer poll is my favorite thing ever. Just seeing those tweets, it's so good. Like, it's definitely what's keeping me like still like in a good mood. Yeah, I'm hoping that like we can move on from this, just so like I can worry about this now and like being a good content creator. Because this definitely has been on my mind so much that like it's hard for me to like focus on this. So like, yeah, if that's done, then I can finally worry about this more. That'll be nice. So yeah. Yeah, they're still saying it's like Obama 2008 enthusiasm, which is surprising to me because she's just completely alienated like the progressive movement. So like, it's surprising to me that it's still like that high, but I guess like former Republicans, well, I guess still Republicans, but Republicans voting for Kamala is probably what is making it better for her. If I were to guess. Yeah. It's looking good. Please God, let me not have to worry about this stuff. Because yeah, I've even thought before, like, if we get past this, I think the future looks very bright. You know? It is still sad, and like, I think it was Humanist Report, I can't remember, it was a left-wing person, but like, they did say like, it's kind of embarrassing, like to paraphrase, it's embarrassing how close we got, like if Kamala wins, right? It'll be embarrassing to look back at and realize how close we were to having fascism. I hope that Ohio +3 poll is true also. Like, that's gonna be where it's around. I mean, if I was +3 for Kamala, it's like, I think Ohio would be in that range. That would make sense. They also have Sherrod Brown on the ballot. They have any gerrymandering. Like, I think even before, like, yeah, I probably would have guessed, like, even before my Doomer's stuff, like, I think I would have guessed that Ohio would have been less for Trump in this election than previous ones, just because what else is on the ballot. I think that would have made sense, yeah. I mean, I am looking back at it in hindsight, so who knows. Maybe I would have been so doomered that I would have been like, I don't know, man. That's probably what it would have been. I would have been unsure. But yeah, I think definitely looking back on it now, I'm like, yeah, no, I think for sure, like, just looking at all the other stuff too, like, that was not going to happen. I can't wait to be politically active in future elections. I couldn't really do much in this one, which sucks because it's like the most consequential one. So it's kind of a shame I couldn't, but yeah, I mean, at least it seems we're gonna get through it. Hopefully I gain an audience too, like that's really what I want, because I think that was really what was upsetting to me, man, is because like I want to just talk about stuff and give my takes on it and all that, like help people, but nobody watches the streams, so it's like, well, kind of hard to do that then. Yeah, I'm really hoping that I can start growing maybe, because I've gotten some advice now. Yeah, I don't know if people would watch me because my PNG tuber, like, just on the outside, it's very simple, very, very general. Like, I don't know, because, like, I just would want to be, like, a human, like, ninja, basically. And, like, that, well, Iroha is a samurai, but, like, Iroha is, like, similar to that, but also Iroha is a part of a Hololive, so I think they can kind of get away with that. Right, with the more simplistic, like, normal-looking models. I think if I were just to do, like, a human ninja, right, I don't think that would really stand out as much. Who knows? I guess there's only one way to truly know, right? And plus also, I think, like, the model is really only, like, a person being able to, like, a person who wants to click on it to begin with. I think, like, for the people who would, like, obviously it's about the content, it's about you as the creator, right? Like, I think the model itself is more for, like, maybe getting more people to, like, click initially. Which, I mean, is still important, but, like, yeah, it's not completely necessary to get an audience. Like, Thillian's is super simple, but also she's in, like, 3D most, like, she has a more unique thing with it. So I think that definitely helps. I mean, also I think she took it, but well, let's not dive into that at all. Yeah. It's just gonna be weird though, because like on election day, I'm gonna have a college visit, right? So like I'm probably not gonna be in like, I'm gonna be thinking about the freaking election more than that. Because that's what happened too. Like, for some reason, the person who organizes stuff with my school, like to set up like a career day, he always put it on freaking election day, which I guess is because they probably just scheduled it for the first Tuesday of November, which is the same as election day. But like still, it's so weird. And like they put that on the same day. Like yeah, I'll have a college visit that I'm probably gonna be worried more about the election with. And then yeah, I gotta go straight into streaming that night. I think there's a way I can make it fun and interesting. Like just have a crazy insane background. I might spend like a little bit doing that. We'll see. I was thinking that sucks with like career days. Like I still have to go to school at normal time because I think I set it to like I'm leaving at like 10 a.m. or something like that. I still have to go to school normally, which is like why? Like it's so stupid. Because also with like it being career day, other people are not going to be there the whole day, so it's like we're probably just gonna be sitting around doing nothing. So it's like, what's the point? Like the classes are probably gonna be like, we're not doing anything. It's like, why are we doing this then? Like, why do we have to show up? Yeah, I'm getting a little worried though, just because like, yeah, the school time's coming towards an end a little bit. I think that what I'm going to do is go to college for content creation stuff. I don't think it would be for political science. Just because, like, I think that's gonna be very boring. Because I think also it's like a lot of like laws and stuff, which I don't necessarily care about. So yeah, it might just be for content creation. Because like, again, I've said it many times, but I think this is more of my dream job than politics, or at least politician. Because like I can say my political takes, you know, and like my analysis on it, but I can also just like entertain people, you know, if I want to, and like just have fun, you know. This is more fun because I also can make my own schedule, like stuff like that. And I can still be like politically active too, right? Like for like knocking on doors and stuff, or like being a part of like campaigning for people, you know, like I can still do that. Yeah. Going back to immigration though, it's like crazy that people will be like, oh yeah, Japan's so xenophobic, and I'm sure most of the people who are saying that are American. I'm like, you have no right to like call that out. Because I feel like also the people who point out Japan is xenophobic is probably the right-wing Americans who say the same thing about immigrants, and it's like, yeah, you have no right to call that out. Because you literally are xenophobic yourself, so. I mean, if there are leftists, like, it is fair, right? Like, I'm sure they are xenophobic, right? And, like, it's a fair criticism. It's just, like, I don't know, I feel like for an American to say it, it's like... I don't know if we really have the right to say that. Especially with our history as well. Like, I'm sure, I think Japan has a history of it too, but, like, America also does. So it's like... Yeah, I don't know if we really should be saying anything and like taking the moral high ground in this case. And that might just be my take, I don't know. Yeah, maybe you should make that background now, because I feel like I won't if like I just don't, like I won't do it off stream if I don't do it now. That is the one downside for me, is like I don't do anything like off stream, and like that is probably screwing me over, right? Like big time. It's just what's also hard for me to be like, oh, this is a clip worthy, I think too, is because like I can't take the whole thing. So I think maybe instead of like stop doing like Twitch clips of them, right? Maybe I can take like a minute segment. I think take the whole conversation, take a minute segment from it, edit it right so it looks good. I think also would edit that or clip that part out on Twitch, make it a Twitch clip. Post it on every social media. And then for the rest of that, I don't know if I want to edit it or not. I don't know. Because, like, yeah, edited stuff is what looks the best. So, like, I'm not entirely sure. It's gonna be a lot of trial and error. A lot of seeing what works, what doesn't. Ugh. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of experimentation. I guess we'll see how it goes. Another thing though with like the Ohio +3 and I think Kansas +5 is like they also point out how the Washington primary, like it would fit in line more with those numbers that the Washington primary does, and like it's actually a pretty good, like Washington primary is a pretty good thing to use as far as like how well Democrats and like how the election is going to go, essentially, right? And so yeah, it falls more in line with those numbers as well. So that also gives it more more value, I feel like, as well. Holds more weight. Because another thing also that was interesting to point out was like, you noticed how it was Atlas moved more to the right because they didn't understand how early voting worked. So yeah, the thing is that I found interesting is that it seemed like the male-female ratio actually was like around the same as it has been, like last election. I think it was like around the same, we said. So like those like crazy headlines really aren't any different, you know. Although it seems like the black vote is still like they're voting a lot more, and I think they still have like 90% support for Kamala or something like that. Like, it's a lot. So yeah, it actually seems like, because he did say that North Carolina and Georgia, like, he put a map there that said like showed them going blue. And it seemed like it was kind of as a joke, but like, it seems like it could be very possible. It would also mean like if like a Michigan underperformed or like a Wisconsin or even a Pennsylvania, right? Like, I mean, obviously if you lost like both, it's not great, but let me see. Let me just screw around with this a bit. This still has Pennsylvania 1. Say he wins Wisconsin and then, oops. But then Kamala wins North Carolina, Georgia. Yeah, she would win. If Trump wins Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, but Kamala wins North Carolina, Georgia, she'd win. The only thing, like, caveat to that is, like, it seems like people in Georgia aren't going to ratify or, like, certify the results, which could screw over Kamala. So, like, yeah, I kind of am hoping for a scenario where, like, we don't have to worry about that, like, where Georgia matters. That's my only worry, honestly. But I mean, I think if she wins Wisconsin, then it doesn't matter, right? I think Georgia can flip. Okay, Trump still wins if Georgia flips, but I mean, I think everything else is flipped so much though, like I don't think that'll change. I don't think that matters. Because, like, if I was +3 in that one poll, right, like, then I think these are at least lead margins. Ohio's probably a lean red, at least state. Texas seems getting more red with the people coming in. So yeah, I don't know what to think honestly with Texas at this point. I really don't know. Because I mean, I could see Allred winning. It's just like I'm not sure if Texas at this point is gonna get more blue, like to a lean position. Because I was very confident in that before, but now actually learning that like a lot of people like the people coming into Texas like Republican +20, like yeah, I don't know if it gets more left. It'd be neat, but well, I think it will. It's just probably not as much of a increase as it was from like each passing Trump election. Like yeah, from like Romney into the last two Trump years, because they were like 4-point drops each, or like 6. Yeah, that was actually like a 7-point drop, and then that was a 3.4 drop, I think, if my math's right. So yeah, I could see like it being like a 2-point drop or something like that, or like a 1-point drop. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if it would be any bigger than that. Yeah, even like people point out, well, it was funny too because they're like, oh, in the margin of error, like Iowa could actually be +9, which yeah, I think that one's crazy, but like even like her 2018 result where she was like 5 points off, Trump would only be +2 in Iowa, and that's still terrible for him. If that's the case, like that's still awful. If he's only gonna win Iowa by 2. Like, I think that's Kamala winning pretty much all the swing states bad for him. Even if he wins Iowa by 2. See, it's not looking great for him. Honestly, I feel like how it is now is, like, honestly better for Democrats, because that's actually getting people, like... It's like a close race, so people are actually going to want to go out and vote. But... yeah, I think people are going to see the Iowa poll and be very surprised. I think for Democrats, they'll be pleasantly surprised. Well, except the people who want a political gridlock. Then those people won't be happy, but... everybody else will be happy. Yeah, he did say 55 Dem Senate win, which was crazy to me. Unless he was counting Walz as a tiebreaker, but I don't think so. I think he said like 55 Dem Senate seats, which is like, okay, yeah, that's Sherrod Brown, that's like Allred, that's Debbie, right? And then that's like freaking, can't think of his name now, Tester, and that's also like Dan Osborne, because he'll probably caucus with Democrats more. But then it got to the point where like all of these were like +20, except in Missouri. So like I think Kuntz or whatever his last name is. But then after that, you get +23 as the lowest in Tennessee. I'm like, that's crazy if it would flip that much, right? From like what they're projecting is like +23, right, to flip like a Democrat win. Like, I am curious where like he came to that conclusion. Maybe there's other polls that have like interesting numbers to show that I could look at. I mean, I definitely think the one with Osborne and Fisher is like closer than what 538 has. I'm surprised that they have Fisher winning by that much. New York Times has Sheehy up a lot, because that was one he said that was actually like a pretty good poll, is New York Times. Like Warren Consult's more right wing, like they go more right. New York Times also had +3, +4. And yeah, they definitely seem like closer. Like even Morning Consult, I think, goes more right typically. So like, the fact that he's only up 3 is like, I feel like should be alarming. You know, like same with Emerson, having Sheehy up 3. Although I guess New York Times has Sheehy up 7. That was also over a month ago. Not over, it was a month ago. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they have Democrats winning control of the Senate only 97 times. Which is crazy. Oh, I think it's including like during their presidential one too. So it's including ties as well. So who wins the tiebreaker? Yeah. Oh, Mitch McConnell's seat is up next election. That one might flip. I guess it depends on if McConnell stays in. I mean, yeah. Yeah. You know, if Kamala wins this also, I think Vance winning in 2022 was like a blessing in disguise. We just didn't know that was going to be that. We had no idea. But yeah, it might turn into a blessing in disguise if Kamala wins. Because Vance is still very much not liked. That's for sure. Let me look at recent polls. Oops. Because I'm curious. Is it favorability? I think it is favorability. 80 Vance. Yeah, still very bad. Still not great. Yeah. Not good. Not good for that man. Yeah, like 55 Democratic Senate seats would be insane. Like, the majority in the House would be nuts then. And like Kamala would like win in a blowout, I think. With that. Right? If it's 55 Dem seats, that's crazy. Because I think it's even bigger majority than it was in like 2018, right? Or like something like that. Oh, well, Republicans had a 53 seat majority. Republicans had the majority, but that's still bigger. Yeah, last time there was a 55 seat majority was 2012. Like that's crazy. Like even North Dakota had a freaking Democratic senator, dude. That's nuts. It's crazy to me that North Dakota had a Democratic senator like a decade ago. Now, obviously that changed, but it's still crazy. 2016, dude, Jesus. 16% for the Democrat. 78% for the Republican. Good lord. Yeah, I think the only thing I'd say, Vance, was like that seat was so Republican before. Because Vance was so bad. He was awful. So yeah, that was rough. Like he still won by 6 somehow, but yeah, it was crazy. I think also they said like I'd want to see a world where like it's like apocalyptic, like the pollsters, and then Ann Sulster's the only one who like came out of it unscathed. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be so funny though, because like the reason why they go more to the right is because they got burned both in 2016 and 2020 from Trump because he outperformed polls both times. But like it's gonna be so funny if like they then pivoted because of that, but then they're gonna underestimate Kamala now and then hurt their reputation even more. Because yeah, they made the switch so they wouldn't damage their reputation, but like it's very possible that they're gonna damage it again even more, and Ann Sulster will look even better. And some of those other ones too that predicted like Kansas +5 and Ohio +3. I don't think Kansas would be +5, but I think that does signal that they'd probably be in the likely margin. They still have Alaska +10, I think, on 538 too, and I'm just like, all these polls have them not at 10, like, and also the House race I think is going to send some Democrats out too, because that's a close House race. So I think Alaska's going to be closer as well. I am interested to see though, like if they keep going more left, so like the point where they also become more democratic. I'm very interested in that, but we'll see. I don't think there was a South Carolina poll that really came out. Yeah, not really any of the big ones. There was a +7 and a Trump +10 poll though. So that's interesting. Those are pretty low for South Carolina. I feel like also it's just hard to tell which states are getting more left, which are getting more right. I think the best way you can tell that is with like state elections. Honestly, that's probably the best way you can tell. I think other than that, it's very hard to see which is become more left, which become more right. Because like you have to think of like voter enthusiasm. Like there's so many other factors that go into like why people vote. And also obviously deep red states are going to stay deep red and vice versa because those people aren't going to vote because their vote doesn't matter. At least that's what they see, like what they think. Because I think I saw that with people explaining Texas, like I think they thought like Texas would probably be blue if they just went out and vote. It'd probably be a swing state, but people just don't go out and vote because they think it's still like very red. Okay, there's also that. I just hate I have to put this freaking label because I don't think I went back to like the Twitch label thing as much for me personally. I did like on the side of like, I think for political stuff in general, it's kind of weird to me, but like also it's bad for me too because like I won't dedicate streams to talking about politics. Like it's just something that comes up because it's one of my interests, right? So like it's just something that gets brought up, and then like if I'm talking about like other stuff, then people are gonna be like, what the heck is this? You know, like I'm gonna be talking about politics and then turn around, or like someone's gonna be clicking on it and I'm just gonna be talking about Hololive and then people will be like, what is this? And it's like I got to do it, you know, because like sometimes I just talk about political stuff, you know, like because I think even like I said, you had to put the label on when you just say stuff in passing as well, and like that sucks. Because like yeah, again, it's one of my passions, so like I'll just sneak that in there a little bit, you know, and like talk about it a little bit, and it's like yeah, no, I have to put the freaking label on it, which is annoying. So like also the people who like would be there for more lighthearted topics, I can't even have them be in there also because I'm be too worried about me talking about politics, so I'm in there actually talking about like VTubers. It's like, well, great, awesome. That's very nice and dandy. Because like I feel like you can't really be like, all right, I'm doing a politics stream. Like that, politics is just something that comes up. You know, I feel like in a lot of cases it just comes up. You know, like I feel like you can't really plan that. It's also crazy to me too, like mature games have to be like flagged too. Because I feel like there's not too many like really young people. I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that, but at least really young people that like still like aren't allowed to like see mature games or whatever, right? Like, because the thing is also, I think they just slap it on whatever game is rated M. But like, I feel like people know what they can handle, what they can't. So I feel like it's weird just to throw it on every time, because I think Phasmo was rated like mature game or something like that. Like it has that label automatically. It's like, why? There's like nothing mature about it really. Like there's no blood. There's like really not. There's not anything really. I guess because like yeah, they'll say kill or like something like that, and like you can die, but it's like. There's no blood or anything, you ragdoll. It's like the most unrealistic thing. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the mature games label's also kind of stupid. Yeah, I guess maybe it's just me, like, you know, being able to handle that stuff. I don't know. Like, not caring about it. Because I guess another thing, too, with, like, people wanting to, like, loot a character of mine or something like that, like, I don't think I would have that big of an issue with it. Because, like, I don't care, ultimately. I think for, like, the female characters, I would probably, like, check in with other girls to see if they're, like, okay with it, but, like, you know. I think if it's, like, a dude, and it's, like, that's fine. You can, like, do whatever you want with it. And, like, that's fine. Because, like, I'm sure it's, like, healthy for them to do that, right? Like, I don't want to take that away from them. That's my main thing. And, like, again, I ultimately don't really care. At least as much as they probably would. So it's like, I don't... It's like, whatever. You know, let your creativity shine. I'm not going to take that away from you. I can't see why it would be weird for some people, though. It's just for me, I personally would not care. And, like, yeah, maybe that's the people pleaser part of me, but it's just like, it's probably good for them if they have those, you know, like, healthy. I mean, yeah, just don't show it to people who don't want to see it, right? I think that's just number one rule. It's like, obviously you can make it right, but if people don't want to see it, then just don't show it. So yeah, I think that's really it. Yeah, if people would like talk about this stuff, like, I wouldn't care. I'm sure at the beginning it'd be weird, but, like, I'm sure I'd get used to it. I mean, I think most of John's community, right? Like, they rape, or like they draw people with big boobs. Oh god. So, like, yeah, I wouldn't really mind. And if I had that next upgrade, because I actually wasn't as much as I thought it would be. Well, I did also miss the first few seconds. It's not great. Yeah, like, also, like, people are just, like, mess with me and stuff like that, because I saw that, like, Ina stopped using, like, the haircut that showed her forehead because of people playing games on it. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't care, like, that's fine. Like, for me personally, right? Like, I'd be like, that's fine, that's whatever. You know, like, we're all having fun. But I'm sure, like, it's comes down to a lot of, like, confidence stuff, too, right? Like, I'm very confident in who I am, right? And, like, at the end of the day, I don't really care. Like, I think I've just gotten more to the point where I don't care about that stuff, but I'm sure also it's different with girls too. Because it might just be a male thing that I just don't care. And I would perfectly own up to that, right? But yeah, if that was me, I would not care personally. And that's not like being like, oh, Ina's a coward or something like that. Like I'm not going after Ina. It's just like, it's just interesting seeing how that works compared with me. Like, I think it's more to me just thinking about that more, you know, and be like, that's interesting. Like, yeah, I think that's really all it is. It's just not too deep, you know. It's just making observations. That's the thing a lot, and I feel like people probably wouldn't realize from me just like saying stuff is like, it's just me making observations. I'm not trying to like start anything. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how the world works, you know? That's mostly what it is. So like, when I'm voicing this stuff, it's like me voicing like, oh, so this is like how other perspectives are, and like comparing it with my own perspective, right? So just so we have a better idea of how the world works and how people work, you know? It's never out of like any malice or anything. The thing is, I would use harsh words if it's out of malice. yeah, I feel like honestly the internet is like, at least right now, because again, I think later it could be better, but it's filled with a place of just like hatred. And it's why like even like people giving constructive criticism, like people will just go back and just dogpile on you with hate, even though it's like constructive criticism. It's like that bad, and it's like, man, we really need to learn how to like not do that, huh? Like learn how to take, not only take constructive criticism well, but also when someone's being like criticized like with constructive criticism, you know, don't dogpile on them and hate on them. You know, that I feel like is kind of important. Because like another thing too, like I just want to be an adult about it, you know? I don't want to be like a 5-year-old. I just want to be an adult and just like be like, all right, we can work this out. I don't want to call them like a weirdo or like a creep or something like that because they gave me constructive criticism, you know? That's how I feel anyway. Yeah, I might start making that background. Thing is though, my idea was for it to just have like all the like people going against Republicans, like their faces or something. I might do like a blue and white background. You know? Like change it up. I'm not entirely sure though. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, because I had these ideas, so I'm like thinking of them like, do they really work? You know, like do they? I'm not sure. Well, I guess there's only way to find out, you know, it's actually doing it. That's another thing too, is like, I always like question if stuff will work, but it's like, yeah, no, there's really only way to find out is by doing it, you know? And I don't do that. I just sit there and like rationalize and be like, oh yeah, no, this would be bad. Like just find any excuse, and then that excuse is enough to make me not do it. It's why like I basically never start doing stuff. Or like it's so hard for me to start doing stuff. It's because, yeah, my brain will go through that, and then, which I think it's a neurodivergent thing. That's so difficult. And yeah, I hate it. It's the same with like starting conversation with people, which is why I'm also bad at making relationships. And I'm basically by myself. Well, I think it doesn't help too that I really like music a lot. So like I'm perfectly fine just listening to music all day. So I'm sure that also doesn't help. Like I'm just in my happy place doing that. So I'm sure that also doesn't help with finding relationships. Ugh. My friend responded actually to the one thing. Did they? Yeah, they did. They said final election prediction. I said Harris takes Iowa. It's actually a possibility, which is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, going on that dude's Twitter though and just looking at His tweets has probably been my favorite thing, just a bit I've been doing. Bowman spent the whole day with 3 days to go until the election, posting about some squirrel no one cares about while down in Iowa. I was confused why Peanut was trending, and it's like, yeah, that was the squirrel's name, which was why. Also, Patriot polling hurting. Although, yeah, they're hurting, and they still have Michigan tied, Wisconsin tied, Nevada tied, Pennsylvania up 1. Like, yeah, no, he's done. he's done. And Sulcer +3, like combo +3 map, he's done. For sure. Get this guy out of here. Put the fries in the bag. He's out of here. I like how people are also like, oh yeah, no, she was off by like 18 points or something like that in the Attorney General race, and it's like, that was one time. And also, like, I feel like she should not be getting those numbers as like someone who's been as accurate as she has been since like, it was like 2008 or something like that. Because I think she predicted Obama's surprise primary victory in the Iowa primary. So like, yeah, I don't think that's the type of person to be like, oh yeah, no, she'll be off by like, you know, by 20 points. It's fine. Like, that's not the person you want to be saying that to. You know, that's definitely not great. Because he's definitely still in a losing position. And Mans has 2 days, so he's not getting anything. Actually, 1 day. No, he does have 2 days. Never mind. The 5th is when you vote. Yeah, I think my mom's voting on election day. I think I'm probably gonna go with her though, just to see what it's like. I would love to be that like one dude who's just staying out the ballot box the entire time, just like who's like willing to debate with people on who they're voting for. And just like explain what's going on. I don't think I could do that, but it would be funny. Just be that one dude out there. Be like, alright, now listen here, buddy. Here's why you're actually voting for a fascist. That probably wouldn't be a great opener, but yeah. Yeah. There's a channel I've been. Oh, that's an H. That was not the U on the keyboard. That was an H. There's so many I have not seen in a minute. Yeah, there we go. Oh god, don't play it. Yeah, most accurate pollster predicts Kamala Harris to win Iowa. Yeah. You went to New Mexico and Virginia? Jesus. Why? What is this man doing? Wow, Let's Talk Elections is making like... We made like 4 videos within like 4 hours of each other. That's crazy. Ah, I am curious of the Iowa +4 where he looks at oh, he said yeah, Iowa, Ohio, Florida, Texas, all of them. Bam. I don't think it'll be that crazy, but because yeah, seeing the migration numbers for Texas and Florida, maybe Texas, probably not Florida. Yeah. That's crazy. Because yeah, Florida had Republican +40 as far as people moving in. I don't know if that was since 2020, like what numbers they were using for that, since 2020 or like 2022, but yeah, it was a lot more red. And Texas is Republican +20, which is also not great. So yeah. Honestly, it feels like Iowa and Ohio would be more likely to go than freaking Texas or Florida at this rate. Which is crazy and not a conclusion I thought I would come to, but I mean, yeah, seeing how those played out, like, I think that's very likely. He did a Kanye West versus Donald Trump scenario. Why? That's crazy. Yeah, a lot of these actually are around 2020. Which is crazy. Well, it makes sense, but yeah. Yeah, I will say I will pull in like seeing Ettinger's like outlook on all this makes me feel definitely a lot better about it. Yeah. Just make a random noise. Random noise be made. I also think Edgar probably knows how to work, like, how the Twitter algorithm works. That man retweets some of his big tweets with his like articles all the time. The only downside is you need a subscription to see them, I'm pretty sure. Kind of sucks, but yeah. That's the only downside. Other than that, it does a pretty good job at it. I actually just want to get to election night so we can just like see what happens. I'm very curious now. I do want to see what Let's Talk's elections like analysis would have been on that, because I saw from the picture you just marked Iowa, Ohio, Florida, Texas all blue. I think still is probably a little crazy, just again because of the migration numbers, but that would be insane. How many votes would that be again? Like, how many electoral votes? Bam, 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 bam. 376? Oh wait, no, that's not getting all swing states. I was like, wait a minute, that seems low. 412, by the way. Yeah, I'm sure also bam. Oh yeah, also this would probably go as well. So 413 actually, because main second district. Oh yeah, Alaska would definitely be like probably like Tilt or something. Definitely in like that ballpark. That kind of probably be Lean. Or probably be like Lean or something. Where are all the likelies? That would be likely. Nope, not main's third. That one would be the least. That one absolutely is not. Nebraska at large would be Lean or likely. Indiana likely. Montana and Mississippi probably likely. Maybe even Louisiana again that likely, and then I think Missouri also be Lean. Something like that. Yeah, so that would be kind of a crazy map. 413 to 125. That'd be the biggest landslide since more than Obama in 2008. Since Bush in 88. Right, because like 413, Bush in 88 got 426. Yeah, I don't think we'll see maps like these again. Because like they just got a bunch of like massive states, right? Like just all of them. Or like it was like a good mix of like getting the popular, like the really big states and the really small ones too, because they're right wing. So yeah, rural people love it. So yeah, I think for a Democrat, 412 is probably like the best you're gonna get. I mean, actually probably not, because I think Alaska game more left, so you can improve even like a little bit there as well.
Welcome to the jungle, boys.
Operations like this are the next.
South Carolina I feel like is also very winnable, because I think the problem with South Carolina actually is the cities. If the cities get more blue in South Carolina, then I think also like that's possible for South Carolina to become blue as well. Again, it's just the cities have to be more democratic. I don't think it's happening though. I think they're actually getting less democratic, but I think they're getting more Republican. Because if I were to compare 2008, oh, Greenville's getting bigger or more democratic, which I think it is a city. So I think Charleston might be getting more red though. Yeah, maybe not. I mean, South Carolina as a whole though, it still says it's going more right, so I don't know. It's just so funny how fast they switched on Iowa though. After the Ann-Sulzer poll. I think in another like betting market site too, they actually had it shoot up, so Iowa actually was more likely for Kamala to win. Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, I know my mom's coworker is freaking out because they were worried about Trump winning as well. But yeah, maybe with my mom having the knowledge of that poll, that'll put him at ease. A little bit. Because yeah, it turns out I'm the one who learns about political stuff going on and then relay it to my mom, who then relays it to her coworker. That's my role now, apparently. I mean, I do spend half the day doing freaking nothing, you know? I've already almost done all the freaking like random quizzes on Jetpunk at this point. I might just make a bunch of Hololive quizzes on Jetpunk at the point. That's where all the Hololive quizzes are gonna go, is on Jetpunk, baby. Even though it's like mostly geography quizzes. Throw that freaking Hololive right in there. Yeah, the hardest Hololive quiz would probably be name all of their songs. That'd probably be the hardest one if we're doing Hololive as a whole. Just name all their songs. That'd probably be the hardest quiz you could do. I saw too when I was looking at them, I think last stream. Like, yeah, some of them aren't even like the most viewed on their like their channels. And also some of them like are only a part of like albums. Like they're not even listed as videos on their channel as well. So unless you're aware of like the album, then like you probably don't know them. And also Callie's would be freaking insane. Because I feel like just throughout all of Hololive, Callie probably has the most. How many collabs she's done too. Like, good lord. Unfortunately, nobody did that math for me. Because when I was Googling it, they would just show a list of how many songs it had. Nobody had the numbers, so that was a shame. But yeah, that is how I found out though that Bae was the third most. I thought it would have been Kiara, but nope, she's fourth, and by a pretty big margin too. I thought Kiara also had more songs than she did. Originals, I should say. Covers don't count when I'm looking at it. I'm not counting covers. I'm only counting singles or just originals, because I think it counted like Fire and Ice or whatever that one song is called with the Kiara and Callie. I count that one. Yeah, I just count originals. Yeah, I feel like also Callie has like the most like collab originals too, which is interesting. Maybe JP does, because it seems like JP's more like they will do collab songs with each other, but because it really feels like Callie's the only one who does it. But also like Callie makes a bunch of other songs. So. Yeah, I don't know. Because like, yeah, it seems like with EN, like they only will make like Gen songs or like the entire branch songs. They don't seem to have like two people, like they'll do covers, right, with each other, collab covers, but they won't do collab originals, which I find interesting. Like just like two people. Okay, I might use the bathroom. It just hit me all of a sudden. It was like, yeah, you need to use the bathroom now. It's like, oh, okay. I'll be right back. Just make sure. Yeah, okay, we're good on the music. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. Oh, there's a golden cookie. Yeah, hang on. Yeah. Oh god, I got click frenzy. Hang on. I was gonna switch back over and I just gave click frenzy. God dang it. Yeah. I don't know why. I feel like more recently, like it feels like I have like the day off tomorrow more. But like obviously it's a school night. But like I don't know why. It just feels like I've gotten more. Like it constantly just feels like I have the next day off or something like that. Ugh. I don't know what else to really talk about. Maybe I just end it. Yeah, my watch along would not be like if you're there for like analysis at all, like that's not gonna be it. It's just gonna be completely like watching and just seeing like what's gonna happen. That's what that one's gonna be. I think there's a point here where you get a couple. That's why I'm waiting. And then you prestige.
Chloe, the new Eau de Parfum Intense.
Like anything else really going on? I don't think so. I think it's all like the same stuff. Or stuff I don't really care enough about to talk about. Now they're calling out George W. Bush to speak out. You deserve this. Donald Trump won one race with 46.1% of the vote, and you fold on every value you claim to believe. You deserve this. Yeah. I think she'll be alright. Even though they play like let's be real, the campaign was so bad. The only reason why she has so much like support is because Trump is a fascist. Like let's be real here. Oh, click frenzy again. Oh jeez. Oh, the double does not make it better. Does the alternate make it better? Well, it's really hard to alternate on a left click. If only I could right click work too. It doesn't. Unfortunate. 100 million a second, baby. It also just, I feel like, puts in perspective. Like, imagine if she did include progressive policy, right? Like, it's freaking like crazy to me. Like, if she threw in progressive policy on top of that, like, if she's going to do this well, like, imagine how much better she would have done. Like, it's insane. Yeah, I think this is where MAGA would most likely die. We'll see, though. I think at least the Trump era of MAGA. Again, we'll see where it goes, but yeah. I do think it's like still good that like people do have this like Aristotelian belief that like it's super close. Because I think people then are still gonna be going and be like, oh yeah, my vote matters. Like it really does matter. So that's also important. That's also very important. Yeah. It's just like seeing the Iowa blue. It's so funny. Also, what is about the Iowa poll suppression? That's what Trump was saying about the Iowa poll. What was suppressed about it? I'm very confused. Oh, I think my favorite part though is one guy like trying to like discount the Seltzer poll or something like that. Like showed how the Iowa like average pollsters were polling and then the actual result. But I'm pretty sure Ann Seltzer said like that Trump was gonna win by 7. So like you literally discounted your whole point. Because Seltzer predicted that. So like, yeah, no, that doesn't prove your point at all, sir. It's crazy. There we go. Now it's not Click Frenzy. I mean, I really like Click Frenzy. It's probably like the best one, especially if I had this. It's a little ways away though. It was interesting. My mom went in to like talk to me about something like an hour and a half in. Very interesting. Yeah, she definitely wanted to talk to me about something. Very interested to see what it is. Ugh. I think my issue is like I'm just trying to overthink what I need to do to become to gain more support when like realistically all I need to do is just do my thing, right? And then like as the funnies like happen naturally, I just edit those. Or like the good points that I put out, you know, like the points I make. Like, I don't have to like change it really. Right, like now that I'm like have the mindset of like I just have to make something well edited, right? Like, or at least show that I put the effort in, you know? Like that's really all you need for like a good start, like a good foundation, right? So yeah. I think I just keep doing what I've been doing. Which probably means that Wii Party stream's not gonna happen until Wednesday. Actually, I won't be able to stream on Wednesday, never mind. I just remembered I have Quiz Bowl and we play games that day. Actually, we might get back in time for like 7:30 or something like that. But I don't know. It would definitely for sure be an 8 stream if that were the case. Like, I mean, it has been 8 for the past few streams, but for sure that one would be if I did stream that day. But yeah, I don't know if I actually would stream that day. It would be nice if I wouldn't have to put the Jackson Jude map up every time then. That would be one less tab I have to open. Well, until they update it and then make it so it's under past elections now. Actually, how does it work since it's like if it's gonna be right after the election? Obviously, I wasn't around for the map when it like it was around in 2020. I have no idea. I might end it in 20 minutes though, because I think I'm running out of stuff to talk about. Yeah, I am definitely in a lot better mood than I was before on stuff. Like, literally just seeing that dude's analysis and like on how polls are working, like how they have worked, it does make me feel a lot better. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm just really hoping I can start focusing on just having fun again. Because I think that's definitely what's like stressed me out a little bit, is definitely this is a part of it. Because I mean, yeah, we'll still have to worry about probably another October, January 6th happening. But that's not in a few months, you know. So I have a week and hang out for a little bit there until that happens. I mean, yeah, if the government plays it right, then like they can stop it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because also the Democrats have been very incompetent, so who knows? Who really knows at this point, man, you know? I could maybe go back and edit some of the older clips too, that were pretty good. Because, yeah, some of them are in the 9x16 format too, so like I can just... Or, actually, I don't think they are. I just upload them to TikTok, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I think they still do the same thing where they're in like that tiny pictures. Never mind. They're not in there. Maybe I re-download my main channel, like best clips video, whatever I made. That's actually probably a good place to start. What was it called again? Best moments from the past year. Like, I probably just re-download this video. Actually, I doubt I deleted it. Because I don't think I've deleted any of the edited videos, really. Hang on. Edited videos. Oh, no, maybe I did. It seems like I did actually delete it. Dang. That sucks. Oh, freaking. delete this because this is nothing. Yeah, I have to re-download the video, which is fine because it's only like 11 minutes, right? Oh god. Yeah, it's only 11 minutes. And there's also this one too that I can edit. Yeah, I definitely think of the talking ones I'd have more fun with it though, because like obviously I can go in crazy places with it than like the gameplay stuff, but we'll see. I mean, yeah, I think the gameplay stuff I wouldn't really have to edit. As long as it's like shot well, right, with like the zoom-ins and stuff, I think it'd be fine. That I don't really have to worry too much about editing for. But I think it's more like the talking ones if I make it well edited. Then like that's a thumbs up, you know? They still have not announced that. Oh, I think I brought it up freaking so much with that Ian, like, Song of Fallen in it. Like, there's not even been an announcement about that since, like, the beginning of October. It's been like a month. But yeah, I think they're just probably waiting on the like video for it by what they're doing. Okay, so someone asked if Iowa goes blue, so would Texas, Florida, Ohio, and Alaska, right? And he said maybe. We also might need to consider the possibility of a localized blue wave in Iowa because of everybody hating Kim Reynolds. I like the odds of maybe, you know? I do like those odds. Boom, bang. I do like how everybody saying the Epstein stuff was like an October surprise. Like, yeah, no, you literally have Bill Clinton with you still, so no. No, it's not. Well, I guess, like, yeah, you just have to let it stand by itself, I guess. It's really the best way to deal with it then. Again, you have Bill Clinton, so, like, you can't, like, be like, man, look at that, because then people are just going to point out Bill Clinton's like, well. So, like, yeah, I think your best strategy there is just, like, let the media do its thing with it, and then, like, if you're campaigning for Kamala, you just let the media do their thing with it, and then you just you leave it at that. I mean, yeah, I guess also because like there's not much. It was not like a week ago, right? So like there wasn't much time to use it anyway. So like yeah, you probably also like couldn't even really use it much to begin with anyway. I don't even know though at this point if I actually want to look at the Jackson Jude maps, just because like it seems like they're vastly underestimating Kamala, which if that Iowa poll is Harris +3, like yeah, I don't know, man. I think they're vastly underestimating. Which, I mean, it's only 2 days. Technically 1, actually, because, like, yeah, I'm going to be at college with it, so I won't be staring at that map the whole time, but yeah, it's technically, like, 1 day, which, yeah, I can handle, like, 1 day just questioning it. Like, I don't think this is true and how it's going to work, but yeah. Oh, there's another one right there. Look at all these golden cookies. Like, yeah, the thing that sucks with the labeled content is, like, I'm pretty sure even when I play Wii Party and stuff, like, I'm still gonna put the label there because I'm not entirely sure, like, oh, maybe I let it slip or something. And then, like, if I don't, like, put the thing on there, then they're gonna be, like, give me a stern talking to, like, oh, you should have labeled it. And it's like, oh, cool, thanks. Yeah. That's awesome, dude. I love that. I should go on the Twitch thing and vote for them to get rid of, like, LGBTQ, and, like, including that in the sensitive topics thing, because yeah, that's stupid. It literally just makes so all LGBTQ plus people, like, have to put that in their content, like, the entire time. Like, yeah, that's dumb. Like, I at least do it because I like talking about this stuff, you know? Like, I can at least kind of see with me. Like, I still think it's a little dumb, but I can at least kind of see with me. But, like, yeah, the LGBTQ people are probably just, like, they just want to hang out and, like, have fun, you know? Like, how about we don't do that? How about we actually make it so they don't have to put a label that says sensitive content, and the only sensitive content is freaking LGBTQ plus people. Good lord. Like, what is this, 2022? Good lord. I hate that was when I really got into politics. Like, when I first was looking at it, was all the anti-trans stuff. Like, oh my god. That was, like, the first main thing. I hate that. Yeah. It sucks too, because, like, even with, like, Quizbowl thing, I can't inform my teammates on who to vote for, because election day was already passed. I do think if Sherrod Brown's been up this whole time, if, like, even on 538, like, he's gonna do very well. Like, probably similar numbers to what he did last time, which was he won by 7. Okay, maybe a little lower, but like maybe like 4. But yeah, I think he'll still be fine. I never realized he won by 7. I thought he won by like 4. Never mind. I think he's still fine though. This was my point. Oh, that's a click frenzy for a second again. It didn't. Hey, I almost picked 1 billion though in 7 times. Cool. Oh, I missed some past lectures here. Hang on. I was still in the past lecture section. I was like, wait. Like, yeah, I think the thing that's also important to note with the polls is still go out and vote, though, right? Because obviously it's a poll. It's not like your actual vote. So like actually go and vote still. That's important. Just because Dems are up 3 in Iowa, like that should be more reassuring for Dems in Iowa, you know, like to actually go and vote. And your vote will actually matter. I think that should also speak more to like even the ones that are like in like the same range as, or even lower, of like having Trump up, like Ohio, like getting those people out to vote too. You know, like I think your vote matters more than you might realize. Yeah, I might end in 5 minutes from now because I don't think it can go another half hour. I like to end at round numbers. It's what I do. Also, it has the freaking label, right? I wouldn't know. Let me. So if I go here, does it have it? I mean, I put it into the Streamlabs, so like I feel like it should have it. Yeah, it has content classification. Oh, maybe that's like a Twitch setting to where like it might not show people who have that or something like that. I might be doing that. Oh, it's funny is I think like all the other people are doing it in browser and I'm doing it on Steam. Yeah, actually all the rest of them are doing it in browser and I'm the only one who's playing Cookie Clicker on Steam. That's kind of funny. Yeah. I feel like it's nice that they have like a on the homepage like a featured clips by a smaller creator section. I just hate that you have to scroll down so much for it. It's like I feel like most people aren't going to be scrolling down like past like the 6 like there's like 6 or 7 of those like lines and like categories they have to go past before you finally get to that point. And it's like, yeah, I don't think people are gonna get to that point often to like the clips of smaller communities. I also don't even know like how big the community has to like what's the freaking like how big they are for it to be small, you know? What's the maximum? Or like maybe even like people with 0 views, do they actually get their clips shown? Like who knows? I don't think I do because I had 1 view on my last clip. So I don't think they are included. I wish you could upload stuff on Twitch. I feel like you used to, like when I first got on Twitch, but then they removed that. Like I thought you could upload highlights. Or like upload videos and they would be considered highlights, but I don't think you can do that anymore. Either they changed it so you can't do it as a like non-affiliate, non-partner. I swear that was a thing while I looked at it like once. I was like, oh cool, and then I actually like uploaded one, I think. Yeah, I did because that was the thumbnail I at least uploaded. And I think I was like, I saw something along the lines of like just be able to upload normally. I was like, that's interesting. Yeah, Stone Cold plays Board Game Island. That's a thumbnail. I like how I didn't crop out the other corners. Yeah. I was like, what is this Wii Party one doing here? That's a highlight. Yeah, also that highlight is like not even really accurate, I feel like, because I've had shorter now, like since that one. That one wasn't even that short, honestly. Like when I actually went to like speedrun it, I'm like, that really wasn't even that short. I did like the Making a Monstrosity one, but yeah, it is very long. I can see why people don't watch it. And also it's an MLB The Show highlight. Which I think with sports games too, like, it's very hard to get clips of that unless it's like a dead franchise like college football was for a little bit there. Like, it's very hard. for the past games to be seen. So like if they're only really relevant for like a year, then that's it. Then they probably won't like ever be seen. Yeah, my PlayStation's been broken for a while. I don't remember the last time I've actually like I streamed a game on it. I think it's been broken for like over a year at least. Just never gone out and fixed it. Well, I mean, I don't think we could afford to go out and fix it to begin with. I think that's the real problem. Yeah, I think after this frenzy, I'll end it. Well, actually, I can just end it like here, because there's like 20 seconds probably left on that. But yeah, I'll just send you all out with this, even though again, you really don't need it. Because that was honestly more for the VOD channel. The VOD channel, that's like all in the description. So you literally do not need to see that, but it's not necessary. But yeah, I'll see you Tuesday for election night, and going through and looking at it. I might start at 7, just so like it's not like it already started and we're like then I start streaming. Like we'll watch the votes being counted together. That one might be like I start earlier then. We'll see. Yeah, I'll see you then. So see you on election night. Goodbye.